Just turn the spirit of ecstasy sideways, otherwise the bonnet catches the wind.
There's a certain knack to starting a vintage Rolls Royce, and Guy Hawkyard has it.
That turns the fuel on.
This car just oozes star quality and Hollywood glamour, which should come as no surprise, given its former owner.
It was made in 1923 and it was sold on in 1926 to Fred Astaire, who has done a season in London in Lady Be Good. He'd earned enough with his sister Adele to be able to afford his first Rolls Royce, and this was it. He took it back to America, where it was rebodied as a Playboy Roadster, which is as you see it today.
After Fred, the car stayed in the States for the next half-century, only heading back this side of the pond in the 70s.
It's a two-seater with what we call a dicky seat in the back. It's definitely a Gatsby era type of car. I think it's nice for any petrol head to have owned a Rolls or a Bentley at some stage of his life. And this is it for me. It's pretty archaic to drive. Yeah, it's very different from any modern car that I've ever driven. People driving these cars back in the day were subject frequently to breakdowns, and it's amazing how much they used to know about what to do about it. And they used to keep the spanners and the screwdrivers and the emery cloth and spacer guides and what have you in here. That is my air compressor. And then you've got lots of little drawers and things. Lots of space for tools. It's certainly quite a stunning experience, and it gives other people joy as well, seeing these things on the road.
And I bet you get let out at junctions.
Yes, albeit slowly. After Fred Astaire had sold it, it was bought by a chap called Earl G. Rich, who used it, among other things, for transporting illicit whiskey during the Prohibition era. It's got a lot of stories to tell us, this car. And so I went and bought it. I've had it for 4 years now. It can go, and I'll buy something different. I've had a run of this one. I'll try something else.
Fred Astaire's Rolls is on its way, and the makeup artists at Pickering HQ are already hard at work.
He must have done a dozen, he must have done. Yeah, you don't like getting down there, do you? You've got a bad foot, you see, you've got a bad trotter.
Whilst the teams soldier on, another roller has just waltzed in with owner Ashley Evison.
It's a 1930 Rolls Royce 2025. Spent most of its life in Switzerland and Italy. It was repatriated, I think, in the late 70s, early 80s, and unfortunately it caught fire, so I rebodied it like this as an open tourer.
The 2025 was the best-selling Rolls of its day and helped the company ride out the Great Depression. A car like that deserves some TLC.
Basically, it wants painting. It wants a hood on it, it wants painting, and that's about it, really. And knock a bit of dust off it, and away we go. It's always difficult when you've put so much of your life into something to let it go, but it needs finishing, and I'm just not ever going to get it finished. I've so many other things doing, so it will be just nice for somebody else to pick it up and take it on, but it won't take a lot doing. See what happens.
Just a very brief touch-up. Nothing particularly thorough about it.
The Rolls that once belonged to Fred Astaire will soon be dancing off to auction. And here to collect, more flat cap than top hat, is Derek.
And this is her, eh?
That's the one.
Fred Astaire?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Fred Astaire bought her in 1926. He was with his sister Adele. He hadn't met Ginger Rogers at that time. Took it back to the States and rebodied it.
This is the body?
This is the body, it's, yeah.
Typical American body, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely Gatsby style, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, yeah. Quite comfortable in there, really. Getting in and out's a bit of a work.
Well, you've got a step there on your
Yeah,
side.
I see you have, yeah. Right, mate. Well, value-wise, who knows? When you think £20,000-25,000 buys you a nice car.
Yeah.
30,000 buys you a nearly concours car, you know.
Yeah.
But you get stuff like this with the background of it and the sports body, different thing altogether, isn't it? So I don't know what it's worth, but I'm happy to give it a go at 50 and
Okay.
let's work on that.
That's the letter. Dear Mr. Girling, some subsequent owner in Ohio, I was interested to see the old car again and thank you for sending the snapshots. It seems possible now as I did bring it to the US and I think I recall trading it into the Inskip Rolls agency on West 57th Street, New York. All the best, Fred Astaire.
Oh, that's nice. When is that dated?
Dated the 10th of January 1974.
That'll do you? Perfect. Now, if you just have a look around for me, Guy, just make sure you're happy, nothing's going to fly off, which I'm sure it's not.
I think so.
Bonnet's all down all right, Guy, you're happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, back to Pickering.
Well, life moves on. One out, one in. I haven't decided yet what's coming in, that's the only difference.
And while the Rolls 2025 might look a bit rough around the edges, the boss sees potential.
It's got the makings of a hell of a nice motor, hasn't it, really? It just makes it painted up like British racing green. And then the front chassis that you see, a real nice gloss black, so it looks nice. And, yeah, make a lovely motor, wouldn't it? I would love to start on that Monday morning. What it really wants is 6 weeks, like, in October, November, just leading up to Christmas. That's when I used to like to do mine. Back end of the year, when it was a bit quiet anyway, and you'd wheel them out on Christmas Day. That's what I used to like to do. Christmas morning, wheel them out, stand back and look at them and think to myself, yeah, it looks nice, that. My Christmas present to myself. I love it. I think it's a fantastic motor. I really am capped with it. There's just one big problem. It ain't a Bentley. You never thought you'd see the day when somebody said, that's a Rolls, but it ain't a Bentley. I mean, you can't hardly believe that, can you?
What is the difference between the two?
40 grand. Rolls Royce, they're just a bit too ostentatious for a lot of us guys. The fact of the matter is, it's just not as desirable as a Bentley. Lot number 204, we're doing 1930 Shears 2025. I rate this car. I really, really rate this car. It's the makings of a fantastic bit of kit. I can see that car being sold somewhere at 65 or 85,000 quid when it's done. Whereabouts, then? Where? Bids with me, 10, 11, 12, 13, loads of them. 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18.
You want to go 18,500?
19,000, got you 19. £19,000 and away then, 19,020.
It's still going up. We're looking for 20,500 now.
£21,000 card, 21,000 on sale and selling, 21, 22, 22,023. Believe me, it will make its money at the end of the day, 24, 24. In fact, it'll make even more if you change the grille to a Bentley. 25,000 down the middle, 25, 26. All done then, 26,000. Going then, 26 and a half, 27, 27,000. This side, 27,000 for the first, second, third and last time. 27,000 this side on the telephone.
Not a bad price for a 94-year-old rebuilt roller that needs a paint job. All Jack has to do is get it on its way.
She's not getting fuel. It's either fuel or we ain't got an ignition. I can't work out which one's what. Told you it was one of them, it was fuel.
All the same, best give it a tow and tip off the new owner that they might need to brush up on their starting procedure.
Locked and loaded.
It's packed to the rafters at Auction HQ.
You couldn't get a lawnmower in, but we were absolutely chock-a-block everywhere.
Yeah, we're just very busy because we've got auction on today.
Amongst the lots is the Rolls once owned by Fred Astaire, one of the biggest stars of his day.
With the greatest respect to Fred Astaire, I mean, fantastic entertainer. Who knows him? I mean, what does it mean to the average person now?
Fredo? What was he?
Fred Astaire?
Yeah, who was he?
I've heard of Freddie Starr.
He was a dancer, wasn't he?
This is very American, and I think the body is lovely. It's got all decent tyres, period wires, as you can see, and a little bit of coconut mat. It's great, isn't it? A little coconut mat there where you just wipe your feet before you get in. It's just great, isn't it? That is just so period, that. Imagine going into a shop going, I want a bit of coconut mat for me car. Great, isn't it? Radiator blind. Now, a lot of them, I suppose, later cars are thermostatically operated, you know.
But this you have to do it yourself?
Just when you have to do it yourself. Ginger, motor's getting a little bit warm. Undo the shutters. Anyway, it's a radiator blind that is operated internally by a cable. So you want a pair of side lights, junk that, do this bit of paint work. Bob's your uncle. Oh, in this case, Fred's your uncle. Job done.
In your opinion, then, when the hammer falls?
30 to 40 grand. That's what I personally think it's worth.
But it should be more.
It should be more, and it might achieve more. Having its provenance and its rarity, or its uniqueness, if you like, yeah, could even create more.
Now then, lot number 374. Ah, this is a lovely car. A lovely, lovely car. It makes you smile every time you walk near it. Have you had much to do with the Rolls Royce? I collected the car, yeah. I didn't
yes.
drive it, but yeah, it's just a darling thing. It's got some lovely history, Fred Astaire. So, let's see where we go then. Off we go then. £35,000 per wheel, please, at 35. 35 then, 36, 36, 37. At 37,000, 38, 39. At 39,000, £40,000 bid. At £40,000. At £40,000 then, are we all done? At 40,000 then. At £40,000 then, a lovely motor car. At £40,000, are we all finished and finished there? At £40,000. Very provisional at £40,000.
A lot of money, but still £10,000 below the reserve, so no sale this time.
Price it low, get some interest. Some people go the other way, price them high to start with, thinking that's going to attract a higher bid at the end of the day. Truthfully, it normally doesn't. If you're brave enough, no reserve's the way to go. And then everyone in the land wants to buy it, don't they? And then up it goes. But of course, there's always that one car that doesn't go, and then you end up selling it for less than they should.
Which is what happened to the roller. A buyer jumped in after a second auction and grabbed it for a mere £35,000.
So it's a 1923 Playboy Roadster, and it was the first Rolls Royce that Fred Astaire bought. Fred Astaire's car, eh? 100 years ago.
Fred's old Rolls has waltzed its way to Yorkshire, where new owner Mick Gillett is still pinching himself.
just expected it to be a fortune and be out of my price range, and I did go a bit over budget, but yeah, stuck my hand up and now I'm the proud owner. Personally, I think it'd be a cracking wedding car. My daughter's boyfriend, we're going to get him measured up for a suit and a nice cap and probably get him out doing weddings on Saturdays. Look at the back seat. The true word is the dicky seat. So there you go. Well, that could be where the bride's father sits on the way to the church. And there's a little step there, look, for getting up into it. It's good and solid, but I'll not put my right foot on it just in case. Recently had £40,000 spent on it, on the mechanics. I don't know how you managed to spend £40,000, but somebody did. Clean as a whistle. First turn of the key.
You feel a bit like Fred Astaire?
Feel a bit more like Oliver Hardy. Turning circle of a double-decker bus. From back in the day when horses and carts were around. If you owned one of these, you'd made it in life. All part of the fun, eh? Well, you know, when we bought the car, there was a little padlock on there, and we had no idea what was going to be inside. I was hoping there'd be £50,000, but we've got an original owner's manual and a few spanners instead. It wants a little bit of recommissioning on the bodywork. I've not done anything with it yet. It's not too extreme, but it's 100 years old, and you know, you say, how far do you go with something like that? I'm sure it's allowed to have a few marks and a few war wounds, but yeah, I'll spend a few quid just smartening it up. I think everybody should have one, definitely. Anybody that potentially wants to buy this one, give me a ring.